I just wanted to talk about these 4 ways to begin a portrait, or quick tips, I guess. The methods that I go by, I learned from other artists. First one is tracing. Then under tracing, there follows a lot of different methods. You can use, like this is one animation light box, because this turns up and down. And another one is flat. You can buy a flat light and just draw on your table. You need something pretty big. So just because tracing is one method and projector, but I never got this to work for me because projector, you need something really tiny and it sits on that to blow it out onto your canvas, and you just draw it that way. So you need a really good printout. And grid drawing, I never really done grid drawing, but it's one way you could transfer an image, have your printout, and just get your canvas ready for that. And observation, life drawing, object drawing. So each one you see here, other people may argue there's more. With art changing all the time, you got now digital. So the digital people always complain about tracing, but they contradict themselves, because tracing is animation. This is animation desk and the light under here. So they just contradict themselves when they say, well, that's tracing. Well, digital, you do all tracing. So digital, you have layer upon layer upon layer. If you have a high-end Cintiq that you paid $2,000 for, then you could do freehand. But next layer, it's all tracing. You're just cleaning up, inking. You're cleaning up, painting. So that's all tracing. This first layer is already done for you. So you have the peg bar, old school. So I never need to go into digital, because if you have this, you can do the same thing, just it's on paper. So only thing I take a little bit further, because you have your method, you have your projector, but there's different types of projectors and different types of style projectors. You get small ones, tall ones. Grid drawing, there might be very few, so you could do like a mechanical grid over your portrait or your animal picture and look at it and try to put the eye in that corner. And observation is life drawing, object drawing, so many things fall under it. But digital people, they go between them. So whichever art supply method you stick with, there might be more. Then there's other observation methods you could use, like blind contour. Did a lot of that in college, but that's kind of like stupid stuff. It's only related with art, not with animation. Animation, you have this, you have a fixed character you have to draw on models, so you're not making up poses. You have to follow the pose the character is in, and you can't draw any bigger than that, or you're just doing freehand drawing, which is observation. And you have to stick with the guide. So there could be more views, but I tend to stick with the 4. Like, and if you go into animation, there could be animation laws, which is another way, but if I stick with these, then it's enough for me to do my art. Then if you're sticking with animation laws, you kind of have my pencil, like your animation laws. There's a whole bunch of different laws under that. So whichever way you go with, just pick something and hopefully it's not going to bust your budget. Watercolor falls under quite a few of them. They don't use grid drawing, projectors. It's mostly outdoor stuff, which is observation. But it's very expensive tools to use. So I battled with art all the time because it goes up and down, everything. And if you try to do a show, you have to do sometimes you need framing, you need matting if you're doing watercolor, and that could be another way presentation. So there could be other methods under this, but try to keep it to a minimum, then you could do okay in art. Even sketchbook. Sketching could be another observation, but so there's many different options you could choose, and these are the mostly 4 that I stick with. So I could add a couple more to this, but I don't have a pencil to add more to it. But so you could add like animation laws, or you could add sketchbook laws, which is freehand sketching, which is under observation. And projector work is really tough because you need a really good projector and they can cost a lot. And tracing, I like to call it silhouettes follow under tracing, but then you can have like structure, which will be under tracing. You just find the joints, like a stick figure type thing. And then so a whole bunch of other methods you could add to it. Digital follows under it as well, but then you're dealing with digital, a whole bunch of different ball of wax. Watercolors, a whole bunch of different ball of wax. Same with oil painting, all that stuff, spray painting, whatever you want. If you're going into abstract, then that's another observation method. But you have to pick something and just try to settle yourself down with the art, and whether you're going towards animation, illustration, good luck with it. And these help me out, the 4 ways of seeing or beginning a portrait. Hope it'll help you. 4 ways to begin a portrait or sketch or whatever you want. I'll probably just call it under 4 ways to draw. So 4 ways of seeing or whatever. But thanks for watching. Hopefully some of this will help you out in your drawing. Thanks for watching.